What's up, guys? It is the one and only African superstar back at it again with another vlog. So this one is a great topic. And obviously you saw the title. I got asked by a good friend of mine yesterday about something, and I wanted to bring it to the vlog. So I was sharing with her this Instagram, guy. My Instagram feed is like totally full of macho men. Like probably every other, post is like a macho man, dark skin, my spec basically. And a lot of them are African men. There are some from Uganda. There are some from Nigeria. There are some from Ghana. And I actually personally know a lot of macho men here in Ghana. They train at my gym. I mean, they're pretty common around here. And so my friend was saying to me, she was like, Gina, why does it seem like the men in Africa, because she lives in America. So she's like, well, obviously Africa is our root and that's where we come from. But the men in Africa are considerably more hot than the ones in the West. Now, hear me out, because I know the Western guys are going to get all upset. But it is what it is. And I just want to share some opinions as to why it is like that. If you have, for instance, like, let's say you have some concentrate for like juice, all right, or Kool-Aid or something like that, some kind of syrup. When you have the concentrate, it is very, very thick. It's very rich. If it's in terms of like drink concentrates, it'll be a very deep color, in terms of the hue and all of that. The more you begin to mix it and dilute it, the less potent it is. If you take, for instance, a teaspoon of it and you mix it with, 2 cups of water, there barely may be any taste at all. Where am I going with this? Well, obviously, the diaspora is an extension of our African root, okay? However, because of a lot of the mixing that has happened in our family lines, we have become a version of diluted people. And that's what it is. When that also happens, it begins to affect your gene pool. So whereas you'll see people here in Africa that for generations, they have only been procreating with their own people. Even if maybe they don't stick to their own specific region in the country, they still are procreating with other Africans who have not also been mixing with, let's just say it, non-Black people. Hello. And we know for a fact that our people have superior genetics. They do. The men have the quintessential masculine physique, and the women have the quintessential feminine physique. And it is what it is. And it's always been like that historically. And until, non-Black people could use science to manipulate and imitate our features, they used to, look down on these things and act as if we were non-human and all of these things. As evidenced by Sarah Barman, she's a South African woman who had the Coca-Cola body shape. They actually put her in a museum and they treated her like some kind of freak show and all that for the very same body shape that now all these people are manipulating science to emulate. But that's not the topic today. In addition to, obviously, us diluting by being outside of our homeland and mixing and blah, 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 you also have the fact that this is our natural habitat, okay? Some of you guys right now are dealing with winter time, and you see the sun is shining here in Ghana. The sun shines all the time. This same friend, during the conversation, different topic, she said, oh, well, has it started getting dark there? In terms of daylight savings, in terms of the seasons changing, and that I said, because Ghana is located close to the equator, the seasons are the same all year. Okay, we don't have any change in sunlight and all of that. 6 a.m. sunrise, 6 p.m. sunset. No daylight savings here in Ghana. No daylight savings in most African nations. There's only a handful of them that actually do daylight savings. So anyway, this is our natural habitat, which is why I think a lot of our people don't like cold weather. This is our natural habitat, okay? Which means we have the supportive elements in this environment to make us thrive, okay? We are a tropical people. Duh. Our diets, our indigenous diets centralize around foods that are available in our homeland. The sun is a source of power and a source of healing, energy, everything. It's right here in our homeland. So when it comes to African men here on the continent, they're eating organic foods, okay? They live in a less stressful environment in terms of, socially, in terms of the racism. This is a masculine culture, which promotes men to want to train, want to be the big man, want to look strong and appear strong. And in addition to the genetics being more potent, that's why the people, you guys, we're the keepers of the melanin, okay? If we keep mixing and mingling with these people, we will lose all that. Because the only way to retain that kind of, physique and melanin is for us to procreate with each other. It's just very simple. And there's no coincidence. For instance, like my taste of macho men, I love very dark men. So if, these dark men keep procreating with light women, white women, non-black women, those kind of men are not going to exist in the future. Okay? So in short, we are outside of our homeland, living in the West, mixing and mingling, not eating the proper diet, not living in the proper climate. We are affected, psychologically, and all these things translates into your appearance. Yes, because when you look good, you eat good, you living good, you are good, you feel good, you look good. If you're not, you're not. So I don't know. In my opinion, yes, the hottest men on the planet, they're right here on the continent. The most beautiful, and I'm sure men also agree when it comes to the women. Absolutely stunning, naturally beautiful women here on the continent. It is what it is. This is our root. If you're a Pan-African, you wanna tap into that root. You wanna try to purify your genes by cementing yourself here. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.